back out of a timeout. With 2 minutes left in the second quarter, it's 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Let's see if the Eagles can actually get some offense going here. They need to get a score. They are going to get the ball back in the third quarter. This quarterback drops back to pass. He has open man downfield, and the receiver comes. That's pass interference there. The receiver made a smart job coming back to the ball to help his old quarterback out there. I believe we might be back with us some video and audio as well, people. It's kind of difficult running the show, running a two-man show. But we're back with some audio here. Somewhere I think we have a shortage in the car. We're at the 2-minute warning here. The Eagles are back with a third down and long. Clock is still running on them. I guess they was trying to get them off guard. And there's a timeout on the field. Timeout Eagles. Yeah, this is their final timeout for this second quarter, first half. And we have a break in the play with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. We have your South Baton Rouge Jaguars, 13. Baton Rouge Eagles, nothing. Looked like the Jaguars trying to get their offense started. They've had two games where it was really tough for them. Yeah, they've been struggling for. Maybe the Thursday night atmosphere, Thursday night under the lights is really giving them an opportunity to work out some kinks. This is a cross-conference rivalry here. It's the Eagles with a lateral kid with some nifty moves. We have a 4th and long with 55 seconds left in the second second quarter. Wonder if we're gonna actually see the Eagles be able to get down the field. At least better get the first down. Look like they're not trying. Well, they can't stop the clock because of all their timeouts are gone. Fourth down. This is the play here. Will the Jaguars be able to get the ball back? And the Jaguars with an offsides there. Encroachment. That makes it a little shorter field for the Eagles there. Let's see what they can do here. Time is running out on them, though. I don't think they're going to be able to get it off. There's more laundry on the field here. That was false starts on the Eagles. That gives them that 5 yards they just gained back. With 5 seconds left, as soon as the whistle blows, the clock starts again. I don't think they're going to be able to get this play off here. And we go into the halftime. South Baton Rouge Jaguars 13, Baton Rouge Eagles nothing at the end of the first half. Halftime. the Eagles. Muffled kickoff. Looked like it was recovered by the Jaguars on that one. Looked like a muffle by number 27. That puts the Jaguars in real good field position. The Eagles didn't want to start off this second half like that. We got 1st and 10 for the Jaguars at the Eagles' 35-yard line. Hand off to number 28, Christian Early. He uses the official, and he's fumbled the ball. There's a fumble on the play, and ball recovered by the Eagles. Maybe it was a little too many moves there. Let's see what the Eagles are going to do with this turnoff. This turnover here may be the Jaguars did recover. Thought there was some hope in the Eagles on getting this ball back. Jaguars in a 3-by-1 set. Timeout. I guess Coach Sutton didn't like what he was seeing there for the defense. We have a timeout breaking the play. With that timeout, we're going to have a break in our action as well, as we see two fine teams on the field battling it out this Thursday night at Louisiana Youth Football's Bright Lights Game of the Week. And we're back in the play. Jaguars come out of the huddle. Man in motion here. Pass with a wide open number 8, Fernandez Smoot. It was a well-designed play there. That was a well-designed play. And the Jaguars going for that two-point conversion again. Again, here in Louisiana Youth Football, a two-point conversion is actually when our kids are kicking it. The degree of difficulty is much higher in a kick than it is for a pass and a run, so we give them 2 points for the effort. Jaguars up. It was a fake, and he could go ahead and I don't know if that was a broken extra point or actual design play, but it looked real good. It sucked in the Baton Rouge Eagles defense, brought in for the block kick, and then they just rolled right out. So with that, the Jaguars actually scores. So now the score, South Baton Rouge Jaguars 20, the Baton Rouge Eagles 0. In the third quarter, we got the Jaguars lining up for the kickoff, and then the Baton Rouge Eagles are lining up to receive. A big play here by the Eagles could keep them in this game. If they can get a nice return and get some good field position, they could get right back in this game. They're only a couple scores away. The defense showed that they could cause some turnovers. Ball is kicked deep back to the Eagles' 13-yard line. He picks it up, number 24, comes around, and a host of Jaguars are there to meet him at the 21-yard line of the Eagles. So the Eagles are going to start this third quarter off with their possession, actually with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left in the third quarter. They're going to be starting it off on the 22-yard line, of the Baton Rouge Eagles. 1st and 10. Let's see if Coach Rob can dial up some plays out of that playbook of his. An old Gators coach. See if he can pull out Jimmy Wade's old playbook and use it over here with the Baton Rouge Eagles. Coming in the I formation. Look like they're actually going to go back to their run game, and there's a flag on there. Number 70 with a false start there. He was anxious to get his block in. I don't know if the ball was coming to him or if he was trying to make sure he'd get in position to block that defensive tackle. Either way, it's not good for the Baton Rouge Eagles to start off with a penalty on their first possession of the second half. There's a toss, and the Jaguars defense must have been in the huddle because it was a host. It's number 27 in the backfield. He was 2 handoffs away from being the Jaguars actually getting the handoff. They were so deep in the backfield on that play. This put the Eagles in worse position than before. They actually look like they're going to be in a 2nd and long. Let's see what old Coach Rob can pull out of the bag of tricks. I don't know if it's going to be a run play that's going to get him out of this one. It's 2nd and Sherwood Forest right now. And we have a receiver, number 2, with a false start. I believe the ball was coming to him. Ball had to be coming to him because he's ready to go. And now is actually 2nd and Tam's drive. They may have to go back to Bel Air to get this first down here, so deep down here. I hope Coach Rob has something up his sleeve. I know Coach Aaron's defense with the Jaguars over there licking their lips. They're looking for a safety out of this play here. Safety comes down, drops down, and there's the handoff to the up back. That would have been a good play if it was 1st and 10. But at second and forever, I don't know if I'd have ran that play there. They're looking at almost a 3rd and 22 here to get a first down. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Crown Trophy. And there's a incomplete pass. He was in the grass, but he was outside the pocket. So the pass incomplete. So we still have 4th and 22 from the Baton Rouge Eagles. 10-yard line. We'd also like to thank Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods store of Louisiana Youth Sports Network. We love our partners. And there's a fumble on the play here, fumble by the quarterback. That's not good for the Baton Rouge Eagles. He fumbles to get a chance to get the play off. Makes it real tough on a team that's trying to crawl out a hole. So with that turnover on downs, that gives the South Baton Rouge Jaguars a 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. As Jaguars taking the field here. Coming in without a HUD or no HUD offense. Going into a Wildcat, look like Mr. No, actually that's still Mr. David Christian out on the block. Turn up the field. It's a nice first down run there. Number 22 gets it to the Baton Rouge Eagles 4-yard line. So we have 2nd and goal from the 4. Let's see what type of goal line package do they have here. Or can the Eagles play a bend but don't break defense? A big stop. David Johnson actually spins and takes it up the middle. That young quarterback looks pretty good coming from under center. He's small but tough. Let's see if the South Baton Rouge Jaguars will actually go for that kick this time for the extra point. And the Jaguars are going for the. Let's see if we're going to really kick it this time or if this is a fake. Maybe the Baton Rouge Eagles will try to pull back some of their defenders just to play that. And the kick is off. And it's wide left. It was wide left. It was long enough. It was a distance. Just actually went wide left. And with that, in your third quarter, we have 2 minutes, 29 seconds in the third quarter, which is South Baton Rouge Jaguars up 26-0 on the Baton Rouge Eagles. You're listening to LYSN Radio, and you're viewing this on LYSNTV.com. That's LYSNTV.com. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Crown Trophy. If you have any trophy needs, Crown Trophy is the place to go. Located on Sherwood Forest, you can find Mr. Dave Sears there any day of the week, I believe except on Sundays. Mr. Dave Sears there, and I guarantee you he has a trophy for you. Crown Trophy has been the official sponsor of Louisiana Youth Football's trophies since 2005. We've been getting our trophies from there, and we actually unveiled last week the new 2015 championship trophy. Again, go see Mr. Dave Sears at Crown Trophy. I guarantee you he has a trophy that will make you happy. He's been making us smile since 2005. Now back to the action here. We have a kickoff. Number 24 by the Eagles, receiving it, and he takes a knee. He downs the ball at the 31-yard line, which is the best offensive position they've had, field position they've had all quarter. With a minute and 6 seconds left on the clock, hopefully we can get the Baton Rouge Eagles to get their offense going and show the Jaguars that they came to play. And it's not an offensive struggle here for the Eagles. The Jaguars actually has one game up on them. The Jaguars played, this is their third game, and the Baton Rouge Eagles played their first game this weekend. So this is their second game of the season. So some of it you can see as early season butterflies, especially under the lights on a Thursday night. Then also some of the butterflies are just getting out there and hitting somebody else besides your teammate. Our quarterback under center. Hand off to the tailback. Met at the line of scrimmage by a host of Jaguars. And that's the end of the third quarter with your score. South Baton Rouge Jaguars 26, Baton Rouge Eagles nothing. Heading into the fourth quarter, we have to see some offensive maneuvering by the Eagles here. The Eagles have to start working on something different besides the handoff, the I formation that they're running for. I know they started off early in the game with some passing, with some success rolling out, but unsuccessful being able to complete the pass. Defensive line for the Jaguars has been really aggressive. They've been roaring all night against these young Eagles here. But as we start the fourth quarter, hopefully the Baton Rouge Eagles can actually get it started here and get it rolling. We started this Thursday night bright light games. We started it with the Next Level series about 2 years ago and had some. I believe this might be the Eagles' first time coming out here, so they're looking kind of leery on how they're playing under the lights, but they're a traditional organization that has a lot of tradition in our program and a lot of tradition at winning. Did we just have a turnover on that play? I believe so. We had a fumble on the play here by the Eagles, and ball was turned over to the Jaguars. At no level will you be able to win a football game with those many turnovers. You have to hold on to the football. I know the Baton Rouge Eagles are not trying to turn the ball over, but it's kind of tough to have a turnover and be able to be behind 26-0 in the fourth quarter and not hold on to the ball. Let's see if Jaguars, how they're going to play this here, if they're going to try to run the clock out or if they're going to try to score some more points. Look like they have a 2-by-2 set, so that's a passing set to me. Look like they're probably going to air it out here. The norm is that on a turnover, you go big, and look like the Jaguars are going big with it. They go down the field to number 22, and he makes a nifty move and gets down to the Eagles' 6-yard line. Sorry, that's a 7-yard line. The Jaguars took the chance and said, hey, rule of thumb, they said in the book of football, get deep. You try to score early here. So what we have now is a 1st and goal from the Eagles 7-yard line for the South Baton Rouge Jaguars. Now with trips, the Jaguars have man open, and he drops the pass. He could have walked into the end zone on that one. He was so wide open. Maybe that's what it was. He was too wide open. He saw the end zone before he saw the ball. Young man, put your hands on the ball before you put your eyes on the end zone. Look like we have a timeout. Look like a timeout by the Baton Rouge Eagles here. A timeout by the Jaguars with a 2nd and goal here from the Baton Rouge Eagles 7-yard line. You're listening to LYSNradio.com and you're watching LYSNTV.com. Brought to you tonight by Crown Trophy, right on Sherwood Forest. Give Dave Sears a call. Crown Trophy for all your trophy needs. As the Jaguars are headed back to the field here, see what old Coach Aaron has dialed up. He must have dialed up a pretty good play, because he looks kind of confident walking back to the sideline, and his kids are walking with a swag that they hadn't walked with in 2 weeks. So they have this swag with them. Have a full backfield here. Are they going back to the true traditional South Baton Rouge Jaguars run offense? And they have with success. That's a Crown Trophy touchdown by Mr. Christian Early. That was an open run by Mr. Early, uncontested. Actually, I'm sorry, it wasn't a touchdown. It got down to the 1-yard line. See if he can try that again. It was wide open. I doubt if they go back to the same back. But that hole was even bigger. With the inside handoff to look like number 22, it was really open. Now that's the Jaguars' traditional offense. From 7 and 8s, their sophomore age group, actually even their freshman age group. From their freshmen to sophomores, juniors, the seniors kind of go away from it, but I see the seniors have that package in there, and it looks good for them. It's a successful package. When you're controlling the line of scrimmage, that offense works for you. When you're not controlling that line of scrimmage, it gives you trouble. But tonight, looked like the Jaguars had the Baton Rouge Eagles number, and they're controlling the line of scrimmage. Jaguars up for the 2-point conversion. Let's see if we can get a kick out here. It's high enough, and again, we're another wide left. But, young man, keep trying. Keep trying. One of these days, you're going to really need that, and you're going to come through in the clutch. It's better for you to learn it now in a game that you're up than to be in a big game and not. It's one of the things that we need to develop kickers more. That's why we give them 2 points for any extra points that are kicked, and they get 4 points for a field goal. And if you really have a kicker, anything beyond the 20-yard line, you can get 5 points out of it. That's a game changer. Fans, that's a game changer. But what it does is develop kickers and long snappers in our program. And these kids can move on and get college scholarships based on being a kicker and a long snapper and get that free education that we all cherish. With 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter, our score is the South Baton Rouge Jaguars 32, the Baton Rouge Eagles nothing. At the 2-minute warning here, we have the South Baton Rouge Jaguars getting ready to kick off. kickoff here. Got the Eagles receiving it from their 30-yard line, and this could be the offense that they're looking for. Good move, young man. But he's then slammed down to the ground. Tough. By number 7. This is Devontae Wilson here. Good open field tackle, son. Let's see what the Eagles dial up here coming out of this kickoff. See Coach Rob talking down there to his quarterback, number 8. Time still running. The Eagles hadn't had the opportunity to really call in the timeouts, but even getting the offense going. Back to the I formation. Again, Baton Rouge Eagles are a traditional smash mouth football team, and he's stopped at the line by a host of Jaguars. Coach, I don't know, we scored 32-0. I don't know if I'll still try to be established in a run game this late in the game. We only have 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. I at least make an effort there to go down the field with the ball. Eagles with a toss out. And the Jaguars are in the huddle again. On this play, the Eagles didn't have any blocking out on that end to run for 27. 27 was on the island by itself, and that was real tough for you to bring him by itself with that many Jaguars over there. It should have bodies on body to be able to support it. But with that play, time runs out on our game. At the end of the game, we have the South Baton Rouge Jaguars 32, the Baton Rouge Eagles nothing. South Baton Rouge Jaguars pulled off a win on this Thursday night. Again, we'd like to thank you for watching LYSNTV.com, LYSNradio.com, and for being a part of our Thursday night game. Our Bright Lights game of the week was the South Baton Rouge Jaguars and the Baton Rouge Eagles. And the South Baton Rouge Jaguars pulled the game out at a 32-0 game. This game was brought to you by Crown Trophy and always by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods store for Louisiana Youth Sports Network. Thank you.